Tell me where do I go? Tell me where do I take us? Your heart is starting to slow. May the water be safe as I dive in. Bloodstains washing underneath the waves. I'll be reaching out to keep you safe as we fall. I can't hold on much longer. We're drifting down to the other side. Try to pull us under. Keep holding out for the other side. Tell me where do I go? Tell me where do I take? Where do I go? Tell me where do I take? Your heart is starting to slow. May the water be safe. Where do I go? Tell me where do I go? Where do I go? Tell me where do I take? Tell me where do I go? Tell me where do I take? Your heart is starting to slow. May the water be safe. As we fall, I can't hold on much longer. We're drifting down to the other side. Try to pull us under. Keep holding out for the other Welcome to the world, no heroes and villains. Welcome to the war, we've only begun. So pick up your weapon and face it. There's blood on the ground, go and take it. You get one shot to make it out alive. So higher and higher you chase it. It's deep in your bones, go and take it. This is your moment. Now is your time, so prove yourself and rise, rise. Make them remember you. Push through heaven. Rise, rise. They will remember you. Welcome to the climb up. Reach for the summit. Visions pray the one falls, steadily the end. So higher and higher you chase it. It's deep in your blood, go and take it. This is your moment. Take to the skies, go. Prove yourself and rise, rise. Make them remember you. Push through heaven. Rise, rise. They will remember you. Get it on, win or die. Prove yourself and rise, rise. Make them remember you. Push through hell and rise, rise. They will remember you. Prove yourself and rise, rise. Pick up your weapon and face it. Rise. Tell me where do I go? Tell me where do I take us? Your heart is starting to slow. May the water be safe. As I dive in, bloodstains wash underneath the waves. I'll be reaching out to keep you safe. As we fall, I can't hold on much longer. We're drifting down to the other side. Try to pull us under. Keep
Hello, everyone. This was very sudden. Welcome back to Series 2. It's our match of the week. Sorry for the timer being... but you know the feeling of being lied to, because WeTV has done that many times. So now it was our turn to actually do that ourselves. But here we are, Series 2, Team Secret, facing off against SPTC, our match of the week. And once again, with me every day, and of course Mabinogi as well, for series number 4 this week. 9 games you've cast already. Are you ready for 9 more every day?
Look, I chose a really bad week to have a bad cold. I'm doing my best. Thankfully, I've had Marby here to cast, which has been lovely. They are, of course, a lovely person to cast with. But now I've got you away, so I'll have to get the carry pants back on.
I'm sorry. It is what it is.
It's what it is. You don't pay me enough to do the full week. Sorry.
Yeah, exactly. You know, I mean, look, I'm going to double your pay. It's all right.
Oh, that's a whole extra 10 cents.
Whoa. Anyway, let's get on to it. This is our match of the week.
It's like a minute of
SBTC
talking.
taking on Team Secret. Team Secret did pick up a win yesterday, their first, while SBTC do have a winning record, but they haven't looked fantastic in those wins. Yue, do you want to just sort of set up this matchup?
Yeah, so actually yesterday when I researched this matchup and the stats, I looked at my stat sheet from the first time I researched for SPTC, which was right before the GUM game, and then I looked at the stat sheet afterwards, and those stats changed quite a bit. So SPTC actually scored quite high on almost all the metrics after one series, and now they're behind in everything. So starting with early game rating, they got trucked by GUM. Their stats look rough. So they have a pretty short game timing, probably because they got stomped. But they're behind in gold at 15, actually by 1 gold more behind than their opponents today. Very interesting. 616 to 617. They are very bad in Dragon Raid. They are pretty bad in First Turret Raid. Their combined kills per minute is pretty slow or pretty low compared to other VCS teams. We are still talking about a 0.96, so probably more than any other international team here. But for VCS standards, pretty slow. So overall, not the greatest stats right now for SPTC, and they have to step up, especially in the early game, to have any chance at winning the title. These two teams still not only look at their opponents, they look at the title. They are the teams that are supposed to compete here, and so far, neither side has really shown anything that we can believe in.
That said, of course, yesterday was the first win for Team Secret. Take a game over GLX. It was hard fought. It was down to the wire, but in the end they got over the line. And I'm just looking at it. SBTC, I don't think they've had an impressive win. They've beaten BTS. They should beat BTS every time, but they actually lost a game too.
They lost without Zeros.
True.
That's true.
So that is a good asterisk to put there, but still, it's BTS. They should be beating BTS. They got stopped by GUM. Fair enough, everyone's going to get stopped by GUM. And then they beat Flash. Flash has been pretty horrible this split so far. So coming into this, looking at the scores, you might say, well, SBTC are clearly better. I don't think that's true. I think this is actually a really close matchup. Marby, what's your opinion?
Yeah, but you also have to consider whom Team Secret has played against. They got their one win against Luxury this week, but before then they didn't exactly have the hardest schedule, and they still went 0-2.
Well, they went 1-2 in both games against SGB and Cerberus. Okay, they don't have Garm on there, but other than Garm, they've kind of ticked a lot of the hard boxes.
I mean, you can say that, but but outside those one game wins, like they've have one game, much like BTS, they tend to have one game a series where they look really good, and then they've looked pretty crap to average in every other game. And that only really changed around in the GLX series, and even then they still looked pretty dodgy in their in outside of a one game where they looked really good.
Well, we are going to head into draft to see who comes out on top between Team Secret and the Super Big Time Chicken. As we have the bands coming in, Renekton and Galio removed, as are Kai'Sa and Zoe. It is Team Secret over on the blue. Your way, what would you like to see drafted for these teams?
Man, we don't have enough tape to actually know what these teams are good at. Team Secret, with a lot of diversity so far, when it comes to champions picked. I'd like to see another Lilia or Taliyah game, both of which were very successful for the side of Secret, so maybe something like a first pick Taliyah comes to mind here.
Yes, certainly I'd like to see the same sort of thing on the side of SBTC. Seeing SE and thinking something that should... Anyway, because that does open up your mid lane, so DO1 can play those DO1 champions we all love. There's the Jace. That it's going to be a Samira lock-in, but that Jace hover is something that really screams SBTC to me. It's very much a Zeros champion. It's very much a DO1 champion. That can go wherever they want. But instead, they're going to lock down a super strong bot lane for Celebrity and Slay. That should be able to be a good kill lane that they can work around. Try and punish the let's be honest, the really faltering bot lane of Team Secret.
Interesting. If they pick up the Vayne, that would be extremely high.
I
did want to just comment.
Can
I just comment?
Yeah,
can I say one thing before you go? It is coded in. I just want to comment on that. They were giving the gear runs. It is coded. So go ahead.
Thank you.
Have some fun.
So, let me ask you. Who is the player on the planet with the most pentakills professionally?
Celebrity.
That is correct,
Yes.
but he's not alone, so...
I believe he's tied with
Double
Lift, yeah.
Yes. And
Celebrity
he
and
is
Double
going to pilot this very, very pentakill-prone champion called Samira. So, is today the day? Is this game the game?
Probably not, because DO1's got that Jace, so he might take. He's going to be taking all the kills for himself.
Yeah, fair enough. They need an AP jungler. This is super risky to go Jace over Taliyah here. Now it's very easy to just ban away the Taliyah. By the way, I also think this is actually a symptom of us being so far behind the meta that people have forgotten about Taliyah on this patch. Because Taliyah on 11-2 is first pick worthy. I am a worshipper of Lilia, and even I would say Taliyah is way stronger than Lilia on this patch. So, picking Lilia first over Taliyah is kind of bad on this patch, to be honest. And I think this all stems from the fact that we have been on 11-3 on the live servers for, what now, 3 weeks? 4 weeks even? So I think people have just forgotten about Taliyah.
Yeah, and you can even see it in the bans, targeting away that Nidalee instead of Taliyah. They may even look to remove a Gragas, or maybe they wise up and actually ban the Taliyah here, but that does leave open the Gragas option as an AP jungler for Yujin. So it's not like he's gonna have to dig too deep.
There's the Gragas.
Oh, they just ban Gragas and leave Taliyah open. Okay, just Yujin.
So
Very
that's
risky.
Yujin play.
That is the big.
That is the
challenge.
question.
Let me check.
The gauntlet
my...
is throwdown.
Oh, he hasn't played
and
it
this
so
is
far.
this is something. See, this is an issue because this is something I mentioned in our last series about Pantheon. Is 11.2 is so old of a patch. There's no way Yijin's been practicing till now, so he's going to go to the Hecarim instead. Not a bad pick by any means, but it's not that powerhouse AP jungler that I think really would have suited SBTC.
No,
This opens the door for Team Secret.
However, it's not like SBTC are locked out. They can always lock in something like a cannon for Zeros. They can still throw that Jace into the top lane and bring out a Syndra or whatever
Look at the
for
two
DO1.
top lane bands. This might be Horsos.
Oh,
That's
but
a good point.
wasn't
but
Horsos a Wukong
Horsos was a
counter?
Wukong counter. You picked Horsos into Wukong.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, it doesn't make sense. Yeah, fair.
Horsos. I also don't think Horsos is going to happen with that flash not being hovered in the summoner spells. But of course, that can still change. They can change their minds depending on the lock-in. I wouldn't be taking Horsos into the Gnar anyway, so maybe we just see the Jace get thrown up there to try and bully around the Gnar a little bit. And
Could also be
go
an AP top.
for
Silas is available.
They need AP.
that's
They
fine.
really need AP damage here.
Exactly.
And
Like,
okay.
And yes, I was going to say I want an AP mid laner because you're going into Set. Set wants to rush as much as armor as he can get. That's just going to be a Syndra for D.
Yeah, no, we were kind of blindsided by the early lock-in of Jace, right? Because we all associate Jace with DR1. He is an absolute insane Jace player. But Zeros' most played champ, I believe, is Jace as well, or one of his most played at least. We had a little bit of a quiz in the off week, and I remember Jace being one of the highest or most played champs from Zeros. So he's definitely comfortable on this champion as well. And DR1 Syndra, he even appears in some of the other content on the DR Syndra, right? So
yes, he does.
this is
Yes.
one famous Syndra.
Absolutely.
Yeah, this. I mean, last split we sort of saw DR1 pigeonholed into the AD mid laners, the Lucian, the Tristana, the Jace. But if you go one split before that, it was Syndra every game. And remember, this was when only me and Yue were casting. Every single game that he played, we would say, Dia hit level 6, observers, you better look mid, he's about to get a solo kill. And about 70% of the time, he did.
It was so ridiculous. 39
He
solo
is
kills.
absurd.
Oh god.
DR1 on Syndra is a menace. Now, Syndra is not the same champion she was back then. She's much weaker. But the skills are still there.
And this composition from SPTC is so explosive. It's so... everyone has a go button. Even DR1 on the Syndra, maybe not to the same extent, but everyone else can just jump in, can look for solo kills, look for mechanical outplays. So this is really the SPTC comp that we imagined, where they say, okay, we are just the better players, and we are going to have so many playmaking tools, we are going to outplay you across the map.
And Marby, you get the final word, and you've got to tell us who you have. Game.
I think it could be quite close. I'm looking. I think it all comes down to does Slater pop off or does he go vein spotting? I think with the setup SBTC has, it's going to be a bit of vein spotting today.
Ooh. That's a bit harsh. We'll see as we do head in. I'm keen to see Slater on this vein. Slater is find his feet on Team Secret. He had a very good day yesterday. I actually think Slater really picked up, but definitely not the best ADC in the league, which is what we expect out of this man. He has not been there so far this split. We'll have to see if he can do it properly. But your way, you're finally back. It feels like it's been like 2 weeks since me and you cast together, but it's just because we had like 9 games.
So many games, man. And I had to sit out all the time. So I'm very excited to be back for this very interesting matchup. I really don't know what to expect today. Will Team Secret be able to stand up to SPTC? I hope so. I think we could be in for one of the best series of the whole split so far. If both teams play at, let's say, 80% of their strength, because I don't think either team is going to hit 100% today. We're still too early in the split. But if both teams come in at a good level, at a decent level, we could see a very close back and forth series. And speaking of back and forth, Dia has to go
Dia1
back.
is getting pressured. It's just a little bit of damage as DNK is zooming on her. Chicken, delicious. He's up against the super big time chicken, and he's got to take away their power source. Can't let them have the raptors. If SBTC ends up with too much chicken, they'll be far too powerful to control. DNK actually lurking here again.
DNK needs level 3. Yep. This makes a lot of sense. So DNK had to stay close to the minions to get level 3 there, because he's behind the levels after taking away one of 2 chicken camps, basically. So 2 chickens plus red buff doesn't bring you to level 3, so he had to steal a little bit of XP away, which makes a lot of sense. Artifact also was still able to hit level 3 first. It's super sad to have missed this cannon. Nice control there from Dia1. But yeah, this was very necessary for Lilia, because she was running the risk of falling behind due to her own pathing. But still, in the grand scheme of things, I like the adaptation. We have to see if she can fight for a Scuttle Crab now, because mid lane seems to be in control for Secret, but top lane is a struggle here. Coated super weak early on the Snar.
Particularly up against Zeros on that Jace, a very fearsome opponent. We are going to have the junglers having a bit of a clash, but Artifact is the mid laner with the heavy priority, should be able to zone this horse away very, very easily to ensure that DNK gets a nice little bowl of turtle.
Why doesn't he go for the bot scuttle as well? That's surprising
I
to me.
think he could see that mid lane prio was about to flip and knew he wasn't going to get it.
Yeah, maybe also due to the bot lane positioning. I think SPTC already are taking measures towards the first move into the river. So, yeah, I guess a good move here from DNK. I think he could have been a little bit greedier. He actually does not accelerate ahead of the Hecarim too much. Good for him, though. Chickens have respawned, and that means enemy chickens are about to respawn as well. And we're going to see another fight for the super big time chickens here.
We'll find out. Speaking, we do have a bit of a scrap going on as DNK is very, very. The move's going, survives on liver. And Artifact reinforces a little bit too late, but won't lose anything for it. That is a Lilia that got away by the skin of her teeth.
Using Smite to get back a little bit of HP, but now she can't invade the chickens on the other side. So in the end,
didn't flash. Nerves of steel.
Yeah, very nicely done. I think that's super important, because if he flashes there, he's basically dead in the next move from Legion. So holding on to the summoner spell there. If we ever get to see the interaction again, I'm going to comment on his choice of jungle item, because I hate Red Smite Lilia. I think it's absolutely useless, but let's hold that for the next engage, because bot lane, there's a lot of action over there.
Yeah, I think Slay must have just gotten hooked. Now, I want to ask you this, because I'm not too familiar with Rel. I mean, I know, obviously I'm familiar with her. I don't play Rel. I know you have played alongside quite a lot of her. How is Rel Thresh? I imagine Thresh does pretty well into her. You throw the hook at her when she comes in, flay her away.
So it kind of depends how good on how good the Rel is and how much she likes to mind game the enemy Thresh, I'd say. Thresh definitely in this form has the advantage, because Rel right now is very slow on her engage. Rel, however, can make plays happen once she's in her unmounted form, and she W's back into her mount, then he gets the knockback. You can flash knockback, and the Thresh can't react to that. So there's definitely playmaking potential for Rel still, but in the just pure 2v2 face-off, I think the Thresh is probably favored, especially alongside something like a Vayne, who also has her own tools to knock Rel out of her engage. So Rel struggles with anything that can knock her out of her W, and there are 2 champions on the enemy team that can do that. So this should be a very comfortable laning phase for Slater, able to farm up against Samira here, and then look at maybe getting a kill or 2 once level 6 hits.
Correct me if I'm wrong, though. Isn't part of the strength of this bot lane duo, I promise we won't dwell too much longer, that Rel doesn't have to do the engaging? Because Samira can. You can just pop the stun when your Samira goes in. So they do actually have 2 sources of engage.
Big fight in top lane. Coated?
Ooh, Coded's dead.
Wait,
He's
Zeros?
in a lot of trouble. Has to kite out. He
Oh!
has to try and get into that Mega Nut. Ooh! Not quite there. Was incredibly close. But now Zeros, he wants the double
good
kill.
flash.
He might just get it. A good flash, but he steps back and gets bonked. Zeros with 2.
Oh, and Zeros showing us that we have to consider the top lane as well whenever this team is picking Jace. It's not the same top lane anymore alongside DR1. This time his top lane is super comfortable on the Jace as well, and showing us why. Wow, what a play. And
Bringing the hammer down.
so
My
close,
word.
both of the kills. It could have gone either way in both kills, and I think a slight mechanical misexecution there from DNK could have stepped a little bit further back, and now he has no flash and is only level 5, so he really needs to use the smite here. Yijin has smite available too. Oh, DNK.
There's the smite. No level 6 though for DNK. Still needs a little bit more, and the Hecarim ult is used to get away there, the collapse from the Team Secret bot lane. Very scary.
That's very bad for Yijin. That's a very, very bad passage of play there for the jungler, because he loses his very high cooldown ultimate for nothing. He didn't get the smite down, he didn't get to steal any camp, and didn't get to punish DNK. But let's look at this again. Coated, he flashes
One auto
away in
attack is the
time.
difference.
Yes, and I'm not sure. I'm not super. Yeah, DNK. There was a Lilia mistake that happens quite a little bit, because he needed to step away from Zeros there, and I think he underestimated his own speed and ran too close to Zeros, and Zeros got the auto attack off. If he stays out of range, and his Q has a 300 range, Jace can't attack him there. He just Qs, he gets the kill. So that's a minor mechanical mistake for DNK. And I feel like Coated should have tried to get one more auto attack in to actually get the transformation when he uses E and not after using E. Because using E actually brought him back in auto attack range. So 2 auto attack range related mistakes there from TS. And Zeros with the perfect punish, getting 2 kills.
Yeah, it was extremely well done there. We do have the Infernal Drake going over to SBTC as well with that early tempo advantage that they do have. DR1 doing very well, abusing the matchup in mid lane, has that 20 CS lead. Of course, not a real disaster at his set mid. He's generally fine with being down in CS. But it does make that DR1 Syndra scarier and scarier.
Yeah, and he still needs to get stuff done, right? You're not picking Set to go even in lane, but you're also not picking Set to not do anything on the map. So as long as Syndra is just out farming him, you're losing gold compared to the enemy team. So even though you could argue, yes, Set is not supposed to go even, that's right, but Set is also not supposed to do as little as Syndra on the map, right? So the onus is on the Set here to accelerate and try to help his team and get an advantage somewhere else, because in the long run, CS are going to matter. This is already more than a kill in favor of DS Syndra here.
Yeah. This is not the best start for Team Secret by any means. However, look at their composition. This game is by no means over. All Team Secret has to do is just get a bandage on the bleeding. They're bleeding pretty bad. They're hurt pretty bad, but they're not dead. It's missed the veins, and that's what matters.
Yeah, and I have to say I'm not sure if I like their composition on the late game. Nah, Set don't really instill too much confidence in me. I mean, it's Vayne, but then again, Vayne in pro play,
To protect the puppy.
it's pretty hard to play as well. So there's potential. You always look at the Vayne compositions and say, yeah, she could pop off in the late game, but Samira is no slouch either, right? And there's so much to hold off the Vayne. Vayne has a very hard time fighting into the likes of Jace and Hecarim as well. Hecarim can just wait for her and then lock in his ultimate. So I feel like I'd favor the overall 5v5 composition on the side of SBTC, which makes the game even harder to play for Team Secret after falling behind in the top lane.
It's true. The Eclipse has come in for Zeros. Very early completion on that mythic item, really showing the power of those early 2 kills, one of which was, of course, that first blood. But Coda doing a good job not dying again.
Zeros playing very disciplined, very
really
defensive here.
Which is very strange.
Yeah, it's not Zeros-like. He
And,
is.
I mean, SBTC, they're fearsome at the moment. We know the power of the wife buff in League of Legends, and Slay had a kid this weekend, so he's just really powered up.
Speaking of powered
Yijin
up,
coming on in, oh my word. Slater is in. That's a very buying him a lot of time, but not enough. Celebrity will dive in under the
Mini-Gnar.
flame. Him coded is in Mini-Gnar, has no fury bar
He's
to
so
try and run
useless.
away, has absolutely no hope in hell. There's the Inferno trigger.
Oh,
Coded
no, no,
actually
no,
doing
no,
a good
no,
job
no.
getting away. Celebrity, why? There's a hook as well. Might buy time for DNK, but no, CBL can't quite buy enough. That was silly from Celeb.
Clearly, Samira is much better Katarina, as you could see there again. The ultimate dealing so much more damage than Katarina ult would. Absolutely not. This ultimate does nothing level 6. It's so useless. It gets
Hey,
very strong level
wait,
11
can
and
you
level
just
16.
Just do me a
It's
favor. Can you take that salt over to Texas? They really need it just to clear out the roads and stuff with ice. It's not doing very well.
oof. Well, it's still a win on all sides for SPTC. This was not very exciting. Yijin just... Honestly, I think Yijin could play this a little bit better. He doesn't have to start with the ultimate. I think he can chase him into the turret and then use ultimate to dive coated afterwards. Once you see the TP, I think you should probably change your decision making there. And then this is just sad. This is... Celebrity, no. Oh, man.
I think it's silly, because is the 1-for-1 even good for Celebrity if he gets it?
It's the Samira play. You have the Inferno trigger, you feel yourself, you know you're the montage champ, and you want to dive in there, but then you don't deal any damage. Shield bow completed, but that's not the highest damage item either, so... Well, unfortunate. On the other side of the map, Zeros
Shield bow for
actually
Vayne.
mined. Yeah, that's interesting. But Zeros actually got 3 platings out of that teleport. So he's even farther ahead than before. And Slater has to evacuate the vicinity. Loses another play, top is frozen. This wave management is very, very good to see from a VCS team. I think SPTC dominating every single lane, even giving over single target plating goal to Celebrity.
Ooh, Slater's in a lot of trouble. They're diving on in. Look at combos. Misses CBL. Slater does have that shield bow active, can get a lot of healing, but not enough. Oh, I tell a lie. It's enough for now. But he does get taken down in the end. It's a 2-for-1. 2 for 2. Then I think he's about to be a 2 for 3. Set did everything he could. Came in like a mega Chad, but it's a triple kill for the horse. And my word, SPTC off to a good start.
I'm 100% convinced they just tuned into our stream. We're like, oh, this color cast is talking about lane management. What is happening here with VCS? We need to talk about kills. And there we go. Everyone delivered some kills, some more work for our lovely play-by-play caster who has only casted 9 games this week. So please get to work. Here we go. That's a big, big dive. I mean, come on, Celebrity. You know this is not going to work out. In the end, Slay actually able to get the turret aggro for a long time. Celebrity does whatever he likes. It doesn't really do anything, but with Hecarim coming in, he's so strong early on. Zera's also teleporting down for the first time, kind of punishing the first teleport in the other direction, getting even more kills under the belt. 2 dragons have gone down quietly as well, so SPTC dominating absolutely everything they could.
Yeah, and this is actually really good to see from SBTC. One of the biggest criticisms I had... Hang on, what happened?
Oh, Slater died. Ooh, what the...
Where'd the Vayne go? I mean, we're meant to play Vayne spotting, but she's not there. It's like, where's Waldo?
Yeah,
like, where is she?
Ooh, that's a Fields Batman.
Is brutal. That's a bit of a go next, not gonna lie. This is very difficult for Team Secret now to get over SBTC, and I just want to praise SBTC. My biggest criticism of this team was that they played ridiculously undisciplined. They have 5 very good players. Individually, these are some of the better players in. However, they didn't play like a team. They played stupid, they did dumb things, and they lost games for it. This game, disciplined, attacking at the right times. Yeah, okay, Celebrity did that stupid thing under the tower. Whatever, that was a hype. Overall, though, playing like a team. And look what it's doing. They're 5k up at 16 minutes.
Very impressive start indeed. And the pause can help you as well. They were still a new team. A lot of the players haven't played together and they need to build synergy, so getting a random 3-week break can actually help you elevate your level quite a bit. And we need to see one of these teams, it seems to be SPTC, but let's see, it's still serious to go. We need one of these teams to step up and show us something good, something on the next level, because if both teams struggle here, I think we all have to surrender to the GUM overlord. So it's very good to see at least one of these teams showing us some progression, some new looks, and more discipline, especially.
Yijin and Artifact having a scrap. The Haymaker shield is used. That's a good showstopper to dodge the stun, but it's just way too far ahead. This game is about as over as a game can be before the Nexus explodes. We really are just waiting for game 2.
Yeah, and Zeros very smartly waited for the observers to be preoccupied in the top lane, to die in the side lane, because in the end, it's still Zeros. We praised him for playing very defensively early on in the game after getting 2 kills. Usually, you would expect Zeros to be permanently under the enemy turret and die for no reason. And here we go, finally dying for no reason. Zeros trying to go for another solo kill. Actually, good adaptation from Team Secret. He pulled off the solo kill once, and they knew he would go for it again. They knew he would be greedy enough to camp in one of those very extended bushes, and they punished him this time. So I like the adaptation. We see glimpses of hope and good play from Team Secret, but overall, it's just a big domination coming from the top side, and even from bot lane for SPTC.
Yeah, this is SPTC just outperforming Secret, sort of on every part of the map. Not what you want to see, for sure. I think Secret showed signs of life yesterday, but SPTC is just a different beast. And of course, it is the best of 3. They still have much more time to wake up and really come to play. But maybe don't give Zeros 2 kills like instantly. Makes the game real hard.
Yeah, it's an important game for the standings as well early on, because Team Secret, after starting 0-2, would be very nice for them to go 2-2 after this week and recover coming into the later weeks with a more even, on a more even footing compared to the other teams. But of course, for SPTC, really solidifying their spot at the top. Of course, Cerberus still, for no apparent reason, have 1 series more than everyone else, so they're still in first place for now.
Very weird.
But SPTC and GUM clearly on the chase, and with games like these, SPTC and GUM certainly in the eye test doing way better than Cerberus.
Yeah, for sure. SPTC, when they play like
Am I back?
Yep. You good?
I think so. I'm not sure what...
You're streaming your entire YouTube window?
Yes, I am.
We back? Alright.
So, maybe not. I mean, I can hear you again, so I
Okay.
should be connected.
Okay, I think we're back. You just need to up the quality, because the quality is dead.
Quality for YouTube should be fine. I think it's just
Okay,
the other
that's
source.
fine. It's fine on
Quality's
Discord
fine for
as well.
me.
It's fine on Discord, yeah. I was looking at the stream on it. Anyway, we should be back. Are we unmuted and all that jazz?
Yes.
Okay, sorry about that. Not sure what happened there, as there was just a bit of a tech issue. Blame your way. Look, I'm just going to put it out. VETV, they're having a great night.
They are having
not.
an exceptional night. It's
We're having a bit of a bad one. But I do apologize about that. That's our fault. Hopefully it doesn't happen again. As Coded is desperately trying to pick up any gold against the absolute menace that is Zeros.
Yeah, we have to praise Coded a little bit here. Look at his CS numbers. He's doing quite well for himself. Has to do with Zeros not playing as aggressively as we would expect him to play, but also only 1 death. So it goes both ways, right? Zeros' style is very dominant, very lane focused, and tends to get him killed a lot. So in this game, toning a bit it back a little bit on both ends. Not quite as dominant in terms of CS and experience advantages, but also not quite as volatile, not quite as prone to dying. So I think that's probably a good thing for his team, especially considering everyone else on his team is ahead as well. So you don't need your top laner to dominate by 50 CS, you just need him to not die.
Yeah, I think it's actually a good sign. They're sort of... Yijin has not been the person they would typically ride to it's almost always Zeros or Dia1. This game, this is a massive Hecarim. He's really, really fed. Why not? Just, you don't need to do anything. Dia1 is 0-0-2. That's ridiculous. That doesn't happen. Dia1 not having kill. He's just chilling. He's just like, yeah, the Hecarim's huge. I don't have to do anything. All I have to do is not int.
Yeah.
And just keep building up this ridiculous farm lane that he has in the middle.
Kind of reminds me of Worlds 2018, some of the IG games where, oh, Zeros, this might be his second death. Once again, a little overextended in the bot lane.
Lantern out. The Gnar is mega.
Ooh.
Get him in the wall. He can. Kill. There it is. Down. Good play out of CBL. And the instant teleport because Baron has been started.
Yeah, and it's a
But they called it off.
little early
Yep.
still. Can they get Artifact? Artifact good flash. DNK. Fishing.
Okay. Doesn't hit anyone. Goes straight through to the uprights. That's 6 points.
And Zeros' teams are very famous for doing quick Barons. One of EVOS's most famous moves for sure last year, but no time for that. There it is. The
Where
kill.
did DK go? He's dead. Oh my. That was not very nice there. That Lilia got absolutely removed, and I think that'll make Baron.
Zhonya's and Flash available. You have to blame him there
Yep.
to a certain
Yeah,
extent.
oh, absolutely. It's 100%.
So Artifact has
Doesn't
no
look like
Flash.
Team Secret does want to contest it, but Zeros is pretty big. A good stun there from the Rel into Artifact. He's can on that has the Haymaker. The Celebrity needs. Whoa! Big Gnar though! 4 into the wall, and they still lose the
Slater?
team fight. Slater, actually, I might have called it too early as Slater is going
Oh!
forward. He's got a triple.
what?
He's got the Quadra. Here it comes. Come on, Vayne. Go, go, run, 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 run.
One
He's
more.
got
One
time.
more.
One more.
No!
wall.
He cancelled the
cancelled
auto.
his wall.
No!
Oh, but they win the fight.
Okay, it's Vayne time, it's Slater. Here we go. Artifact with very good setup as well. And now they can go for Baron. DNK, of course, nothing faced
That was
him.
all Gnar, though.
It
That
was
was all
amazing from Coated, for sure. Slater with a very good position. You can't discredit Slater there either. He played perfectly, waited for his moment to shine. Vayne has to play like an assassin, maybe a little bit like Katarina as well in team fights, where she has to wait for her moment to strike, to go in. Her range is decent, but she can't really push past the first target, so she has to wait for an opportunity to kill the first target and then progress into the team fight. Let's look at the Coated's amazing work as well. Artifact tanking forever and buying so much time for Vayne and Coated to get into positioning. Vayne activating ult here. Coated perfect follow-up. CBL also instantly flashing in to put even more flash between himself, between his ADC and the enemy team. So Slater with all the time in the world to really play
Also
this
a
out
fantastic
nicely.
flash.
Very good
away
flash
from the
indeed.
Syndra stun. That was really well played out of all of Team Secret, honestly, bouncing back. I know, I didn't want to say it again, where he cancelled the walk animation.
I think,
We come
honestly,
out
I
of the
don't think he gets
replay-
the. I don't think he gets the hit anyway. I think Hecarim's
I'm
too
not sure.
fast. Yeah, I think Hecarim's too fast. And now speaking of
We come out
Hecarim,
of the replay, and Cloud Soul has been secured. Hecarim has found Coded. I don't think he's going to be pulling off any miracles this time. So despite the hype moment of that big play outside Baron, we still have to face the reality that SBTC is very, very far ahead.
yeah, they still are firmly in the gold lead. They couldn't secure the Baron, and they actually lost 2 turrets in the top lane. We'll call off the play here, it seems like. So, Coated, even though it was a very foolish play there, after you get a global announcement of the Dragon Soul going down, you're still this far overextended. That's just an oversight. That's a solo queue play. That should not happen in a professional game. Maybe one of the reasons Nagia started yesterday. But he redeemed himself with the last team fight already, so I think Coated's still definitely the better top laner of the two, also in laning phase for sure. Now Team Secret, they are behind in gold, but they have a pretty good shot at winning this game.
Yeah, that brings them back into a chance. I think it was pretty much over before that play happened. But now they take the 2 towers in the top side. They very nearly took the inhib tower as well. That's on extremely low health. So a little bit of pressure in that side lane. Will it be enough to knock that over? They lose an inner tower on their own. It doesn't matter that much, though. Like, it's just an inner tower. It doesn't open the map up that much. Getting some standing gold, I think, matters more for Team Secret. They are behind. And also, it's only a Cloud Soul. Hecarim loves it. Ooh, DNK's in so much trouble. Does he have access to Flash? He does, but he isn't using it yet. He's gone gold. He flashes over the big wall in the end.
No.
But he still goes down. Artifact trying to run away. I don't think he has much of a chance. He is gone, and that is just a huge misplay from DNK.
Now that should be Baron. SPTC very hesitant to go for the Baron again. They have bad memories from the last play, but honestly, without Lilia and Artifact, I don't think they can do much to defend against the Baron. SPTC can, of course, also just go inhib into Baron. It's a little riskier, because with the death timers working out as they are.
CDL's dead. That's game.
Yeah. Well, ignore everything I said. Coated with maybe a chance here. He gets Mega. Oh, never mind. He doesn't get Mega. Okay.
Oh, yeah, that is big game. Wow, such a hype moment at Baron, but yeah, it just distracted us from the fact that SPTC had been dominating the entire game. So Slater will get a Quadra, but Team Super Big Time Chicken will get the Nexus. That is a 1-0 lead for SBTC. A fantastic performance overall. Of course, hype moments for Team Secret. Perhaps Game 2 will be where they redeem themselves. Don't go anywhere, guys. We'll be back in just a few. And it was a hard early game for Team Secret, but after the 4-man Gnar and Vayne picking up a quadra carried them to victory.
They lost.
What do you mean? Vayne got a quadra kill.
They were 10k on the whole map. They lost.
She got a quadra kill.
They lost.
The Hecarim was like 4-0.
Oh.
They lost.
Yeah.
Team Slater lost.
Team Slater did lose, unfortunately.
Don't do Coated like that. He was amazing. Come on.
He had one play. So his Team Slater plus
I mean, did Slay do anything else than that one team fight? I don't think so.
He didn't feed a double kill to Zeros at 10 minutes. So.
Fair.
Fair, but jokes aside, it was a very good performance out of SBTC. We thought it might turn around that Baron fight because it was a fantastic play out of Conan and Slater. However, they were just way too far behind to be able to recover from that one. Marby, you of course weren't on the cast. What was your take on?
Yijin we finally got the Yijin that we were promised, the Yijin from spring 2020. That's the one we wanted to see. Not just the Yijin that wanders around does nothing, but Yijin actually stepping up huge and being a big carry on this Hecarim. Really good use of ultimates to find picks in most of the engagements, was pretty much everywhere on the map when he needed to be. Just picked up so much for his team. And granted, it's pretty easy to do when you have 2 winning solo lanes as a jungler, but I mean, you still have to put in the effort to carry that across the line, and that's absolutely what Yujin did.
Yeah, for sure. That Hecarim was extremely fearsome. Your way, going into this one, how does Secret bounce back? And more importantly, can they bounce back?
They need to find a solution to their solo lane problem. It was always, like, looking at the whole season, the problem with the Team Secret against SPTC matchup was always solo lanes against bot lane. We assumed Slater CBL would be the better bot lane, and we thought the solo lanes for SPTC would be better. So everything hinges on the dynamic there. You can't even argue that Team Secret's bot lane was much better, I think, so the solo lanes are the real problem here. 70 CS deficit in mid lane without any game impact. Top lane getting a 2-for-0 solo kill 1v2. This can't happen again, so they need to find an answer to the solo lane pressure, and if they can, I think they can beat SPTC today.
We'll have to see.
I diagnose a slightly different problem. I mean, they tie in together, but DNK really does not know what he's doing, it feels like. He's just not having any impact at all in these games. Even in that team fight, even in that big team fight they won, DNK didn't do anything. Artifact bought a decent amount of space, and CBL provided a bit of backup CC to assist the main carries, which were Nara and Slater. But DNK, I feel like, didn't provide anything at all that game, and hasn't really provided much at all besides a patented Baron steal in their last series.
Well, let's head into the champion select where the bans are coming in fast. We have Zoe, Talia, and Lilia all removed, so different jungler will have to be played by DNK at the very least, and they do remember that Talia exists this patch.
Yeah, and they banned Lilia on red side, first ban, Team Secret. Is that aimed at Yijin or DNK? I'm not quite sure.
I'm gonna say DNK. So at this point, you might be better off just banning DNK from the game, reach into your big bench of rookies and try that out. I don't know. But we're gonna definitely have to see a little bit of a different idea from both of these compositions, Rel and Lily off the board. Big jungle focus in the bans, so I wouldn't be against seeing an Udius sort of snap pick. Jace probably isn't going to be taken away from you, so I don't know if it's really first pick worthy, despite the, sheer amount of power it can bring to either top of it.
Yeah, Kai'Sa another one. I'm not sure if Kai'Sa is really still first pick worthy with all the jungle champs still here, especially Udyr, as you pointed out. So I would definitely I would have preferred the Udyr here. Instead, no one is going to pick it up. Confusing. This could be an Aphelios for Slater, with Thresh already locked in. So, big beefy front line in Thresh and Renekton, with Aphelios as the main carry, and then maybe a utility mid laner is what I can see from the start of the draft here.
But we know that Quinn's going to get picked, right? Like, it's Zeros and you just
That's
picked
what I was gonna
Renekton. It's Zeros and you just picked Renekton.
I kind of hope not.
It's probably
but also,
not, honestly.
But I also kind of...
Yep, there it is.
I would... Because after how well and disciplined he was playing that Jace, I would have liked to see him play Quinn properly instead of with a grey screen, because that's what tends to happen when Zeros playing Quinn. But gonna play the Gnar, gonna be very boring, gonna be...
Okay. I can see
there's
through
the
all
Aphelios.
of the picks already. Holy moly. The double
Why do we talk to her in Chancellor? Just let your way say what's going to get picked.
I mean, the Aphelios is very, very obvious. I'm interested to see what Team Secret wants to go for now. They need a little bit of AP. I think something like Orianna comes to mind if they want to go full team fight. It's not really Artifact's champion. I'm not sure what Artifact would want to go here. Vinny? Sorry, Mabi, of course. Does anything come to mind for you?
I think definitely something along the lines like either the Orianna or the Seraphine could definitely be a good pickup for Artifact. That would be all in on the Slater basket, which definitely isn't necessarily a bad thing. It's
He has played a
He-
Zoe and
in
Victor
theory, it's
game
one of
this split so far. So
He has played those, so those are definitely options
Could
if you
be
want to go
TF.
for a more wave clear oriented build. TF also an option. I'm more interested in I'm more confused about what D&K is going to bring to the table, especially with that Udyr pen taken away when you have first pick on that red side in the second rotation. So Udyr
judging
banned
from
away,
his-
Gragas banned.
Yeah, from his champs, Nidalee's banned. I just wanted to make the Nidalee prediction. So the only champ not banned from his pool so far this split is Graves. And Graves doesn't really fit your composition too well. I guess it adds a little bit of
Has
protection.
that ever stopped them?
Yeah. I guess you could pick the Graves as a W bot. Yeah, there we go. But now you really need a hard... I think it's probably a Victor or Zoe last pick for Team Secret here to get a little bit more AP damage.
I feel like that
Some
Graves
way.
is so off. Like, it's a meme around our community about how much Graves, but it feels like it's just ridiculously off color in this comp.
I feel like it's actually
feel like he
defensive
needed-
Graves. This Graves is actually a peeler for Aphelios.
But there's better ones then pick something, like there are better tanks for that. You know?
That's true.
I don't know. Tier 1, we'll go back to the Syndra. Didn't really do a huge amount in the last game.
Didn't need to, but yeah, it's a safe sort of blind pick. Opens up a more AD sort of jungler. Gonna see the Hecarim again. I don't know. I think it'll. I mean,
The
it'll work
Yijin
out.
special!
The Yijin special. Here we
This makes Victor much harder to pick. You don't want to play Victor into Skarner. Though you can actually defend against the Skarner okay if you don't get caught by anything else. It's going to be TF and I think Victor is the better pick here for teamfight control. TF is probably more Artifact's wheelhouse. Okay.
Ooh.
Old one.
All in on late game, I guess.
That's very dangerous into Skarner, in my opinion. At least Victor has some sort of slow stun field he can put out. I think the Rise is just going to die to flash ult from Skarner.
Yeah. If flashes up, he goes down. Yeah.
I feel like some of the logic here is, and this is some logic that comes up a lot with Skarner. You give him 2 targets, and it's like, if he flash ults the Rise, Aphelios pops off and carries. If he flash ults the Aphelios, the Rise pops off and carries, right? I think that's the logic. Realistically, I don't think that works out.
Just hope they listened
But
to
I think it's
Zanzara
logic.
explain Skarner yesterday, because could come in handy here. Pay your taxes, people. Pay your taxes. At least in
Pay
the...
your taxes. No, pay your taxes in real life too. That is Do not listen to your way. That is bad advice.
VCS English does not provide financial. Pay your taxes, kids.
Your way, you are leading the children astray.
So
Oh,
I
my
got 4
word.
out of 5 correct from Secret. They almost followed my plan. I'm not sure about the Rise. I think Victor would have fit the composition a little bit better. Now they are pretty short ranged here into Syndra. I guess Syndra is the only one with extended range on the other team, so short range shouldn't be too big of a problem. But can Artifact actually survive the laning phase into DR1 Syndra? With the unfavorable matchup, at least it was unfavorable the last time I checked about this matchup. I'm not sure with all the Syndra nerfs. Who knows?
I think it's still Syndra has a stronger, decently stronger laning phase just because of the nature of the kits and how much Rise needs to scale. But I'm gonna quickly throw out my prediction because of how short range Team Secret's composition is. That gives Slay and Zeros the opportunity to make those big sort of plays with their CC. Zeros when he transforms into Mega Gnar, of course. So, plus with what performance we saw last game, SBTC take it 2-0.
Thank you, Marby. We'll, of course, talk to you again after this match, or before the next one, depending on how it goes. It's just going to be me and your way, the classic duo, back on the Rift.
So every day,
And
now
you?
is the time to test your knowledge, or better, your memory. What was the
Okay.
last game when was the last time Yijin played Skarner in VCS?
Oh.
And what happened in the game?
I mean, it was the Urgot support game, wasn't it? There was a Skarner in that game
Oh,
because
wait,
of the weird interaction. Was that Yejin that played it, though? It might not have been Yejin.
Okay, maybe. I'm talking about past splits. Okay, maybe he played it 2 weeks ago. Let's ignore this split. I mean past splits, because there was a very, very famous Skarner game. And I think it was the last game Yijin played on stage before...
Oh my, that's way back then. That's, you can't, I'm not sure which game you're...
So,
Which
it
one
was
is it?
game 5 of Spring Finals. Flash against Gum. Gum locking in, or Levi rather, locking in his AP Shyvana. Gum 5 or 6k gold ahead. Pushing the mid lane inhibitor. Flash had absolutely no chance, got rolled over every single lane, got stomped. And then Skarner, Flash grabbed the super fat AP Shyvana, pulled her into her turret. Flash got back into the game and actually won the final. So
I remember that, yep.
very bad memories for DR1 and Zeros. I think Zeros wasn't actually playing. I think he was playing in the game. So
Oh, here we go. There's a hook on Celebrity. The level 2 came in at a very fortunate time, but answered back by Slay, who gets the big haymaker. So Team Secret not too happy with how that one actually worked out in the end.
And they get lane prio though, so that's nice. They could reset here if they wanted to. I think they're going to do that. Looks like it. Not sure what Celebrity is trying to accomplish.
He's vibing.
And
Go
that's
for
a
a
deep ward on the Scuttle Crab, so they get intel on Graves' movement.
Ooh,
And Slay.
they thought Slay went back. There's the Flash Force. They thought he was back. He was actually just sitting in that bush. Big mind games out of Slay.
Yeah, 4 letters better than 7, but now Yijin on top of DNK, but Artifact with the first move. Might be able...
Slay coming to reinforce. Celebrity as
Okay.
well. This is going to be a bit of a brawl. Is they go on in. Flash is force. Skarner going on forward. The haymaker is massive, and Artifact gone. He's going back to Rune Prison.
And Slay is absolutely smurfing on Team Secret, hitting E after E after E. I believe the last one didn't even stun, it only slowed, because the Scuttlecrab was on the same side as DNK there. But the follow-up from Skarner stun and all the extra movement speed from Skarner, because he was on Aspire, actually meant that they could secure the kill. Goes over to Slay, absolutely deserved. And this support showing us that Team Secret's bot lane is very overrated.
Brutal. No, not incorrect. As that is a very good start there, Slay. And Set is also a good character, is a decent support to give gold to. Normally you'd be upset about him getting it, but Set actually does quite a lot with the gold.
Yeah, he misses the stun there. Not the perfect positioning, but it's still enough to slow Artifact down and get Yijin in position to follow up.
Well,
So good coordination there.
He couldn't really get the stun because DNK flashed.
I think, yeah, maybe. I think if you go back and look at the crab positioning, I think he can actually get the stun there, but yeah, it didn't matter in the end. Yijin had to flash anyway. The counterplay, though.
DNK coming in. We do have the Graviton Snare locked and ready to go. There's the smoke screen. Artifact is here as well. Oh no, CBL missed the hook is just silly. It's not going to matter though, as now it is just play. Slater takes a hit, but the Aphelios gets a kill, as does the Rise, and Team Secret fire back hard.
And even though that worked, Slater, please stop standing in the middle and the sweet spot of that haymaker.
Yeah.
It hurts. Please. You really need to stop standing in the true damage portion. In the end, it's still 2 very nice kills back to Secret. They claim the gold lead for the first time, and a kill to both carries in mid and bot lane. So perfect kill contribution as well.
Yeah, very it's a good job there. Coded traded most of his health bar there to try and fill out a wave, and all the junglers,
What are
they
we
lack
doing
critical
here?
information. He lacks critical information. Skarner gets squashed. What was Yijin doing? I don't get it.
I'm not quite sure why he moved away from the plant after he was very, very cautious for the most time, and now it's just
and dead. Zero solo kill.
just a zero smurf, but he is very far overextended. What
Teleport,
are you doing?
yeah. Zeros is in some trouble. They don't want to give the assist to Artifact. He ran up towards DNK. Just gives the Graves the kill. Zeros, the highs, the lows. Drama, action.
I mean, it's still very, very good for his team. He dies in the end.
course.
It's only a kill for the jungler, though. This one is puzzling. What the hell? What? Why?
Question marks there, for sure.
That was an interesting move, and then Kota just completely misreading the Gnar burst damage. Nice move from Zeros as well. Hits absolutely everything. Doesn't he just walk away here? I think he just walks away.
Who knows, because we're leaving a replay to go straight back into another one. It's peak VCS time, boys, and it's fights, fights, fights. Slay will be the one to go down. Dragon actually taken here for Team Secret, but they pick up their 5th kill.
5 kills in 7 minutes out of nowhere. It still feels like SBTC is dominating the game, but a little too aggressive here and there. Bot lane died, overextending, then bot lane dies again. Here, Zeros overdives in top lane, or rather, he gets punished for a dive. It wasn't really an overdive. In the end, the gold is pretty close still, and that indicates that SBTC is actually winning laning phase, but just 1 or 2 centimeters here and there miss for the perfect execution, and it's not quite as dominant as in the first game.
That it's not. And also, speaking of not as dominant as the first game, it's the mid lane lead. Dia1, ooh, hang on. It's Coded, gets Nard into a wall, but he will be okay.
He is
Hopefully
struggling a
he
little
gets
too
help bar.
hard here against Zeros. This is
Yeah.
not supposed to be this one-sided, this matchup. We know Zeros actually considers it a counter matchup. We had our discussions last split, I believe, when Gnar came up again, and I said it's not really a counter, and then Zeros just got a 50 CS lead for no reason whatsoever, and you all laughed at
Nard
me.
is a lane bully.
Yeah, right, that one. So, yeah, Zeros now for sure is a lane bully. He's very, very good on this champion. Very good auto spacing.
Ooh,
And
Yijin's
look at his management. He's almost mega now again.
Yeah, this is fantastic.
Oh, no,
play out of
Zeros, why?
Zeros, but they've actually misplayed quite badly there, as Coded is able just to dash away. Unfortunate. Just as we were singing his praises, there is that minor mistake, and Coded will survive.
So, I feel like this is only a mistake from only we can say it's a mistake. Because what actually happened there was Artifact was missing in mid lane. So Dia1 called his top side and said, you can't proceed with a dive. The Artifact is going to ult in and then you all die. So they actually called it off. Very cautious play once again shown from SBTC. A little bit of restraint from Zeros coming in this new team. So I feel like they are going to be a little bit angry looking back at the game, because I feel like it was a free kill, but in the end, it's still a good sign to see Zeros actually restraining himself and listening to his teammates to not overcommit to some plays.
Yeah. It's a very good sign. Even though that first Skarner ult being a whiff is definitely not what you want to see out of
very
Yujin.
bad, yeah.
He does have a 20 CS lead, though. Doing very well when it comes to farming over the grave.
Also, no cooldown whatsoever. Look at the ult. It's almost up again, so not
a long cooldown.
Not anything lost here. And this top lane domination is prime Zeros. We are back to very dominant times, it looks like.
Yeah, Dominus having to be used just so Coded can step up and actually farm the wave so that he can reset. But, I mean, he's surely just going to get boomerang cancelled, right?
Well, I think the minions will shield him.
No, he got cancelled.
So I think he should probably try to stay in top lane till his TP is up again, because if he doesn't, Zeros is going to get maybe one, maybe two plates.
Yujin scuttling into this bot lane, getting the Tribush control back. They spot both the wards as well. The dragon is on the map. And that's probably where they're next looking to have a brawl.
Can you tell me which side is in control of this Skarner Spire? I have no idea where the skin. Seems like Skarner is getting his buff,
Yeah, it's blue. It's the little orb above it.
Ah, okay. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, so Skarner with full control. You probably don't want to fight him there. He's already had only by 5 CS now, because he actually hasn't taken any CS for a while. But he still is quite strong. A lot of extra stats, attack speed, movement speed, all of that jazz on his spires. So yeah, they give up the control. I think that's a good move from Team Secret. You don't have to challenge the very, very powerful early game Skarner. Instead, this is also giving Coded a little bit of respite. He teleported back into top lane, is already under pressure again. But with his jungler leaning towards top side, he's probably not going to die. So Coded gets a little bit of time to farm back up. Still 30 CS behind, so...
Yeah, Coded is having a very bad time. He's just getting, like, pretty hard gapped by Zeros, which, to be fair, not too surprising. Zeros is an incredible top lane. Has been for most of his career, but this is not a good day for Coded. We know that they were experimenting with other players after all. So things haven't been great in the Coded camp.
Yeah, and Coded actually known for being a very good laner, so it's surprising to see him struggle this much in this matchup. I think it's understandable to be 10 CS down to Zeros' Gnar as a counter pick, but 30 is a little excessive, and also having to constantly reinforce top lane with jungle help, with teleports, while Zeros is sitting on an XP and a CS advantage, on a plate advantage, and teleport advantage, so everything going Zeros' way also enables the bot side, because right now they can't fight bot against Zeros' TP advantage. They just can't step into their own jungle, so it snowballs the whole map, this top lane being this one-sided for SPTC. And even though they're still 3 kills down, they're even in gold overall, and they feel like they're very far ahead. Even though, yeah.
Zeros will cash out a cull very soon as well. So that's going to be an injection of gold, but there's a Gravitum ult. They're trying to get onto Celebrity Flash into the hook. Very well done. This should be an easy kill onto the caster. The Flay was fantastic. Well, but can they damage? No, they can't. And with Slayer right, yells in Facebreaker, the Haymaker, and Slay is better.
Slay once again. Okay, I think we're back. Not sure why I'm cutting out for a few seconds here and there. It's very unfortunate today. I'm very sorry. But we should be back live.
We're back. Alright, we're back. Once your feed's back up, I can't see it. I'm sure. Are we audible? I'm sure we are. Probably.
Yes.
Oh.
Hello. Hello, friends and family.
Why is it black now?
Please donate so that we can get better internet, better PCs and stuff. It'd be great. As there is a dive here in the mid lane here. And K, oh my god, he's zapping, but he's dying.
Yeah, that was a replay. That actually happened before, yeah. Very unfortunate for DNK. He couldn't do anything against Heejin's Flash Face Rush proc ultimate. It's such a fun interaction, Face Rush Skarner, just pulling you to wherever he wants, because he can cover a whole lane with that one.
He can. He's gone. It is, oh. We all right? I think we're okay. It is good for Team Secret, though. They are 1,000 gold down, which is bad, but they do have a strong Aphelios. Slater is 2-0. I'm seeing a circle of death, which is not what we want.
Yeah, I'm not sure if this is on my end or not, because I can still hear you, so it's probably not
Probably the
my
VCS
problem.
stream.
So, yeah, it's a little bit of unfortunate internet thing right now on all sides, it seems like. But the game has slowed down. SPTC now firmly in the lead with the last 2 kills. Slay and Yijin working extra hard to get them back into the lead. And Team Secret needs to find a way to not fall too far further behind, because Slater's in a good position to carry. 2 kills already.
There is a Rift Herald being summoned up here. There is a dive in on Ghana. We'll have to wait for our Lord and Savior, the Ring of Death, to go. See if Yijin goes down. He does. That shell is cracked. Shelly charges on in, and Team Secret are not going to go quietly into that sweet night.
Nice counterplay from Team Secret, finally finding an angle to punish Yijin's movements and to punish the bot lane even further as well. So DNK now actually ahead in levels, and yeah, Coated is just going to die because he overstepped his welcome in top lane.
Look, I'm just saying, Coded, you could make this a lot easier for everyone. If you want to pick Renekton, can you drop the last 2 letters from your name? Because you're a Code. He's a crocodile skin code. That's all he is.
Maybe rename to Bag or something.
Yeah.
Or Shoe.
Yeah, not going well up here for that
Why is
crocodile.
there not a single pro player named Shoe? Hello? That's amazing.
It is a good name. That is a good name. But no shoe in here. But it is just the top lane that's the major issue. As Yijin charging on in gets Rune prisoned up. Artifact actually doing really well there. It's Coded TP's in to reinforce.
But you can see the issue with Rice there. So Rice was able to stop Yijin for a second, but Yijin would have been able to catch up to him and grab him under turret and grab him into the range of his teammates, if not for Coded's zoning TP. So the Rice definitely struggling and will struggle even more in the later game when 1 TP is probably not enough to protect him, because they burst the enemy so fast that 1 TP is just going to arrive. And look at a very sad corpse of Artifact. So we'll have to see if he finds a way to counterplay this. I believe G2's I believe Caps just bought second item QSS against the Skana. Yeah, so let's see if he does the same, or if he actually wants to go for something like Banshee's Veil. Could be an option if you don't want to go into the very annoying item that is going to just take a spot away from your...
I just want to cut you off while the gold is on screen, because I want to point this out. There is a 2,000 gold lead in top lane, but it's only a 1,000 gold lead in... This seems incredibly dire for Team Secret right now, but in every single lane except... Like, when you take the 4v4, if you cut the top laners out, they're actually winning. This game is actually much closer than it might appear.
Yeah, especially the 2 ADCs are ahead right now. So DNK and Slater firmly in the lead. It's not as relevant in jungle, even though so the gold is not super relevant. The experience is. Yijin now falling pretty far behind, only level 9 to DNK's level 11. Slater almost 1k gold ahead in bot lane, so that's big, because he's going to hit his 2-item, 3-item power spikes way quicker. And especially the 3-item power spike is where Aphelios gets super scary. So Team Secret's stabilizing quite well and playing a much better game than in game 1.
For sure. They take down this inner tower down on the bottom. Should be traded for the top one. Yeah, particularly with the Herald being summoned up, that's going to be fairly easy. The mission is going to be to try and deny it a charge on Inhib tower. It's going to be uncoded. To see if he'll manage to do it or not.
Yeah, one.
Dude, you've got to...
I have no idea what's going on. Doesn't make any sense.
It's alright, but on the screen, Coded is getting absolutely... Going to manage to dash away. There is... Are going to... We'll have to wait for to move to the next slide to find out what is actually going to happen here. It comes out, it's onto Zeros. We're in a bit of slow-mo, but that's a really good flay onto both of them. D&K will claim the first kill. Coda getting a lot of heal. That Culvermeek, and he'll pick up the kill onto Zeros. That was a replay, but we didn't see it live.
So now Team Secret are actually moving ahead quite a bit. The gold is still pretty close, but as you pointed out on the last gold, when we last saw the gold totals, it's all in the top lane and all the other positions are very far ahead. Now especially looking at mid and ADC position, who they are short-ranged, but they also have one of the biggest, or the two biggest carry potentials, and there we go for another fight.
There is Slay slamming CBL into the ground. That's a assault over the wall, and it's a double kill there for popping off in this fight. It's a 2 for 2. It might just end there. Slater making sure they got something back.
Seems like SPTC does not want to give up the dragon for free. They're moving into the dragon position, but Artifact might have an angle on Zeros here.
Yep, Zeros could be in some trouble. Artifact very speedy, but the Stride Breaker doing well. And Slater goes down. That's a disaster here for Team Secret. Caught napping. They are going to try and pick up this dragon. They have a fairly decent chance with their jungler being here. The smite should come in for DNK. Should be able to dash over the wall as well and evacuate. But Slater going down was not part of the plan.
I'm not sure how you nap, but getting flashed on by a Syndra who combos you to death is probably not the best feeling to take a nap. But yeah, very nice play from Dia1 on the other side to just exploit Slater's positioning, waiting for his moment to shine. We know about his Syndra. First we start with a full team fight here. Slater very far away from the team fight, which looks good for him because of his positioning, but it also means he can't auto-attack. Look at him. He got like 2 auto-attacks off in the whole fight, so even though he gets a nice ultimate and slows and stuns everyone up, he's not able to really impact the fight himself, the auto-attacks, and then there we go. A little bit of help with taking the nap, for sure. Dia1 with a super good play. And giving over the shutdown to Celebrity also helps tremendously at bringing him back to maybe not item parity, but closer to item parity at least. Both ADCs now finished 1 item. So there's still a lead for Slater, who's working on a 3rd item and is still 4-1. But at least Celebrity for now has a comparable amount of gold and power.
Ooh, CBL caught once more. Dia1, he is truly the waker of sleep today. Anyone closes their eyes for a moment, they'll end up with a Dia1 ult knocking them around the head as he has picked up that 2nd kill for himself, doing very, very well in the last minute or so. Now we have to sort of address a late game where both teams are pretty close.
Yeah, I think let's go back to the drawing board. Let's go back to the first thing we said when Skana was picked. Do you pay your taxes? And Team Secret wants to evade all the taxes because there's not a single QSS on the team. That's dangerous. Slater has no flash. Speaking of dangerous, Dia1 in great danger.
Dia1. Oh, but everything's missing. The collateral damage doesn't hit, but the last overload does. Artifact hitting him with the tip of that Q. Very well done there. They claim the kill, and they are looking pretty closely at Baron.
It was close to another highlight from Dia1 with a lot of good dodges, but not quite enough. Yijin wants to get this
Yijin
crocodile.
Going in onto Coated. That's an interesting decision there, but they blow him up. They even out the numbers. But does Coated really count at the moment? I feel like that's not a real kill. There's a flash forward. The hook doesn't land. The box is ugly.
That's
at least
what we call a yellow star from CBL. Not his greatest Thresh game. He's known for Thresh. He's known as one of the best Thresh players. But so far, the whole season hasn't been great for CBL. They even tried to sub him out for Feek1, I believe, was his name? Feek1. Yeah,
Feek1.
And only for 2 or 3 games, but in the end, CBL seems to have reclaimed his starting position. Not to a great amount of success so far. But maybe this is the game where he turns it all around. They need to win this one, of course. Already 1 game down to SPTC. We used the flash from Yijin just for a kill on Coated. Maybe not quite worth it. It's nice to give another kill over to Celebrity, and if you can actually wait for the next flash to strike again, then it becomes worth. But for now, I'd say probably not the target you want to look for. Probably not the result you wanted to go for.
Yeah, I do agree, and I do feel like Team Secret, they can't get away with this tax evasion. I feel like we do need to start seeing them pay the piper. You know, two things in life are inevitable: death and taxes. So you have to pay them, or you will. If you don't pay one, you get the other. When it comes to League of Legends.
Yep, that's directly related here, and I think especially Slater needs to buy it soon, because I can understand Artifact forgoing the tax here, and he kind of paid a minor tax. He got a little bit of a discount on his tax. He still paid a little bit of tax there with his itemization, going for the extra spell shield. So he can't really be targeted first. You need to get the spell shield off him and then grab him, which is something we also have to look at. If we ever get to see someone like Zeros flash in to get like a cheeky auto attack and cheeky Q on Artifact, and then the immediate follow-up from Yijin with the flash ultimate, that could be an avenue to victory as well. Because in the end, QSS will always be the better way compared to any other item you choose.
For sure. Do apologize for the lag. We're not actually sure, but we're doing our best. Ooh. You know when you do that, you show your whole window, my boy.
Yeah.
Should cut to cameras. But it's okay. We are back in, and there is a Baron being started. Once we see a screen again, you might have to do some radio casting. I can't see it.
I can't see anything either.
God, we are really struggling.
Not sure what's going on.
Well, we'll try to get this fixed up as fast as we can. There does seem the stream at the moment. Hopefully we can get that fixed as fast as we can. Might want to just throw up a text screen while we sort this out. We do apologize, everyone. We'll be back.
I cut to the analyst desk, so maybe you can.
I know.
Say.
I'm saying cut to
I'm
the
here.
text screen. Yeah. Okay.
Hello.
We'll bring Marby in. Marby,
Something
you
else
have a
I
chat.
to do. I need to get
okay.
this sorted out first.
All right.
Yeah,
Do you have any takes?
Yeah, I guess I'm just gonna have to extend off everything you've been saying. It's the main way that Cerberus. Wow, why is Cerberus on my mind? SBTC gets back into it is by getting these big picks on with Skarner and Na. As we all know, probably don't all know that, but trivia for you. Al Capone, he was done in by evading taxes.
Well, we have to get back into the game. I'm not sure if we're. There has actually just been some developments as SBTC did pick up Baron, took down an inhib tower, but it looked like there might have been a massive team fight on the backside. It was actually just Yijin getting caught out and taken. Apologies for that, everyone. We did miss a little bit. We're doing our best, but yeah, we're having some struggles tonight.
It's just doomed, I guess.
Deal
I don't
one,
know why.
very far forward. He's caught out. I'm sure once we move forward a few slides. He does go gold. He's buying a lot of time, but DNK will claim the kill. So it is SBTC currently with a fairly big lead in the momentum, but it's still only 2,000 gold. This game is still on a knife's edge.
Yeah, Team Secret actually used everything to recover there. They were very close to losing the whole series, where if they can't strike back and lose the inhibitor and can't get anything else, they probably are on the way to the second loss. But now, with the two picks, they get DR1, they get Legion. They're actually fighting back and contesting the inhibitor of their own. Yijin, very quick.
Teleport coming in as well. I don't think Zeros can stop it. Yeah, no, he arrives. This might have been, wow, now I'm saying Cerberus. SBTC caught super flat-footed. They should never have let that happen.
I mean, I personally don't think it matters too much. It's just a mid inhibitor. Doesn't really do anything, but they were looking for an
still
angle
never happen.
here.
They traded it for what? 5 CS on Zeros?
They got another turret, I believe, or something. No, yeah, that's true. The bot lane turret was already down, of course. So yeah, definitely not a good play and very good punish from Team Secret. Still 1k gold behind and still struggling on my side. I'm not sure why. I'm very sorry. Going to fix that hopefully in the next pause if we have another one. So Yijin just gets grabbed by CBL. Easy as that. It's just a Thresh death sentence, living up to its name, and then also big AoE damage from Artifact. He hit level 16 there, hitting them with 700 damage crits, so everyone just got chunked by the Rise damage. They really have to find a way to deal with this Rise, with pretty defensive itemization still hitting like a truck.
Yeah, this was a very well played collapse, super long range, Rise ult, Dia1, really no way out of this one, as he was taken down. This is rough. Oh boy, but we are doing our best, I swear. There's nothing really on the map.
The sad thing is I don't even know if it's my end or if the stream is struggling.
Yeah. I have no idea.
No idea.
Look, I think we just leave it as is for now. To stop screwing with it. Just leave it. We're just doing our best.
So 3 items finished for Slater. He's super strong now with the completed IE. Still no QSS. Why, Slater? Why? Why do you want to... I don't understand. Why would you not just buy QSS now? You completed all your important items. Now is the time to really go pay your taxes. You waited them for too long. You're going to get punished soon.
Yeah, I can hear the IRS. They're coming, you know. Adding on to, you know, Marby's Al Capone fact, one of the only people the Joker from DC fears is the IRS. Fears them more than Batman. So pay your damn taxes. It's scary.
Yeah, especially the way he's going right now. Look at him. He thinks he can go GA into Skarner. GA into Skarner is one of the most useless items in the world, because you're going to get revived right in the middle of the enemy team. So, no, please don't. Like, why?
Yeah, it's true. We do have a dragon spawning. 10 seconds. Right? Both teams are on 2 dragons at the moment, so not necessarily a dragon you have to stake your game on. But it looks like both teams are happy to do it. Happy to make this one a very important fight. Coded currently channeling the back.
Catch.
Oh, they got the Aphelios. That might end the game. As Aphelios has been absolutely detonated, the dragon taken. That is not what matters. The Aphelios vanished in an instant as Coded goes down to the Kaiser. This is disastrous for Team Secret. Super big time chickens. They are charging forward. They are the cock of the walks. The teleport out from Artifact. It's the only way he's ever going to escape, as CBL is fed to the Lions. And it's 2 men to try and hold on to the game. And look at this. Zeros went with Artifact. There's no escape from my wrath, yells as he chases Artifact to DNK brought a shotgun.
So, Slater had Flash and Cleanse available, but what a surprise. It doesn't matter against Skarner when Skarner Flash ults you, because you can't do anything against that. So,
nope.
Please,
Maybe
Slater.
he thinks he can cleanse Skarner ult. Maybe he just realized he can't cleanse Skarner.
Oh, Dia1 against Artifact? Oh, he doesn't hit the stun.
He misses the stun. That's bad. Goes gold. DNK reinforcing. Just doesn't. He has the long range collateral damage. That should be enough to finish him off, but Artifact can do it by himself. SBTC on the other side are on the Baron, but who is that? It's the Prince of Thieves lurking behind the pit. He goes over, but Yijin has the steady hand. Actually, not a 50-50. DNK should have won that with a 3-level.
Yeah, and also Yijin missed a very easy opportunity to get a counter kill here. For some reason, no one was willing to get rid of the shield. Yijin had his ultimate ready, and DNK had no way of getting out of there. He flashed over the wall to be a little bit quicker than quick draw. So and his quick draw is not available, I believe. So, but look at Slater here. Look at what a QSS could have done for him. He had Flash and Cleanse up, remember? Oh, nice. We get the freeze free, the freeze. Okay.
Oh my god.
Maybe he would have died anyway, but still, please, just buy a QSS. Actually gives you an R2, which helps against Diaz Burst. Some would say.
That it does. It would have been very difficult to QSS Flash. It would have had to be some real Captain Jack stuff. But potentially could have helped. The GA probably would have helped more, even though we were criticizing it. So this is SBTC. They got the Baron from this. They didn't get the Dragon. DNK did actually secure that one. But it doesn't end the game. This one is still Maybe if he didn't have like. It's all right.
Just my
Just wait
internet
for you.
acting up. I
Yep.
don't know. It's my Ethernet cable.
It's alright.
It just doesn't want to work today. It's so
It's
let's
all right.
try
We'll get
this
back.
again.
We'll get back in when we can. This is an unfortunate night
Oh,
for
the
sure.
game is over. Nice.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, SPTC won.
Okay, well,
They just won.
we apologize to everyone for that. That is unfortunate that UA's internet played up this badly in this last game. But SBTC are the winners. Again, sorry. Normally it's not on our end. Normally it's VETV, but this time it was entirely our fault. So Team Secret did lose. SBTC take the 2-0 win. Congratulations to them.
Yeah, and we did rail on it the entire game, but it was actually mostly down to the fact that Slater was not able to actually wasn't buying the items he needed. None of the rest of the team was. Artifact tried his best with that rise, but didn't have the carry pants. In the end, it was Team Slater, but for the worst reasons.
Yep.
And they lived and died by that 80 carry, and in this case, they died. The IRS, the taxman cometh, as does the sack man.
Did
Yep.
you happen to catch the last teamfight engage or anything that happened to close the game? Because I guess we could go back a minute or so and see if we can catch the last engage to at least know what happened there.
I think we don't tempt fate with how bad the tech has been.
No, it should be fine now.
Okay, but
Yeah,
I just had to reset my internet. I thought I could wait until after the game, but apparently I couldn't. So
no, apparently not.
The Baron came. They used the Baron, got up to the mid lane inhibitor turret, found a couple of picks with Syndra and Skarner. Then they won the team fight from there and won the game.
So they were
that sounds pretty
pushing
I believe so.
mid lane for some reason. I'm just looking at this again, just to get some closure for the series, because I have no idea what happened in the end. So seems like SPTC just got a lucky engage somewhere. No?
Sure,
Maybe.
I can't see it.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
This is on you. I'm
watching it through our stream.
Oh, Slater greeted for the red buff. Then he went down to 200 HP, had to flash away, so his flash is gone. Zeros hits, tries to hit and engage. Slater is not there, so they get the engagement. Slater is not there because he got chunked. They get a free kill here. And DNK dies to Kaiser. Well, it's basically just Slater inting because he wanted the red buff, and then his team overextending without the ADC, and then it's just a 5v2, and Slater can't defend. So once again showing us that Team Secret lacks a little bit of coordination here, I'd say.
Yeah, the communication
greatest.
seems to be a real issue. Secret. But with that, we will, I think, cut our losses before any internet inting happens again. And yeah, it was a good night of games. I think we had fun. They were back and forth. Again, I know I've said it a bunch of times, but I am really sorry for the tech issues that we had. It's my fault. Blame us. It happens.
Yeah.
We'll do our best to improve it.
Internet providers, what can you do?
Exactly. We do our best, but there's only so much we can do. But with that, I will bid you a good night from VCS English. We'll be back same time, same place tomorrow, where more teams will take to the rift, more blood will be spilled, and more ints will be had. We'll see you there, guys.
Absolutely.